The Blue Jays win a ball game. Took them long enough. As you guys can tell, I'm not at home, and if you guys watched the last few videos, you would have known that I would have said that it's my girlfriend's birthday, and we did go to the Jays game there tonight. We're also staying in a hotel as well, having a great time here, and a great ball game. Everyone's chirping me for taking dirt down to the ball game, and we saw a W, and we saw a damn good ball game. Initially, it was supposed to be Clay Buchholz on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays, but he hits the IL. No, it's not the DL, sorry. Jay's got a bullpen day. Daniel Hudson starts it, and in the very first inning, he gives up a double to Yoan Moncada. And then Jose Abreu comes up, and he doubles, but this one, look, Randall Grichuk could have caught it. It goes off his glove, and then it goes to the wall. Moncada comes in to score. Abreu up to second base. He makes that catch. Moncada's not moving. And then there's a guy at second with 2 out. But instead, it's a 1-0 Jays deficit going into the bottom of the first. And the Blue Jays get Sogard on base to lead off the ballgame. We're feeling great. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. actually is hitting the second in the lineup there today. And he rips a ball on the third base line. Problem, it's right at Yoan Moncada. And he turns the double play. Next up, Justin Smoak. He walks. And what a night it was for Justin Smoak. We'll get to him in a second. Next up, Rowdy Tellez. He walks. Next batter, Randall Grichuk. He crushes a ball high. It was really high up there. Deep to left center. And it's gone. 3-run shot for Grichuk. The Jays score a total of 1 run the entire last series against the Minnesota Twins. They got a 3-run shot for Grichuk in the first inning to take the 3-1 lead. Next, coming out of the bullpen is Thomas Pannone. Come on now, thank you for focusing. It's the lighting. It's a little bit off, guys. I apologize. Thomas Pannone came in and got out of the top of the second. Next up, Teoscar Hernandez comes up for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the second, and he gets a 1-1 pitch. And you know Hernandez is swinging a good bat when he's going right center field. Who was one of the great Jays at doing that? Russ Martin. When you knew he was on, he was getting home runs to the right center field. And that's exactly what Teoscar Hernandez did there today. His 3rd home run of the year. His first home run since April 17th. And the Blue Jays already got 2 home runs in the first 2 innings. They're up 4-1 here in the second. Feeling great now. Now Pannone gets out of it, and Sam Gaviglio's the next guy to come in, and he gives up a solo shot to Tim Anderson, absolutely crushed by Tim Anderson into the second deck down the left field line there. Let's mosey on ahead to the top of the 7th inning, and Ryan Tepera comes on, and they get a couple runners on base, second and third. I think they bring in Joe Biagini, and they get the ground out from Garcia, but a run comes in to score as Tim Anderson comes home, making it a 4-3 game, and we're like, all right, now some insurance runs might be great. The Jays don't do that. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning, top of the 9th inning. Ken Giles on the mound, and he gets the first 2 guys. And the final batter of the ball game, who was that? It was Tilson. And I thought to myself, sitting there watching the game, I'm thinking to myself, this something better not happen with this guy. He's the number 8 guy in the lineup. He better not. And he drills one to center field. Newest Blue Jay right now, Jonathan Davis. And this guy's got speed. You can see it out there. He's flying and makes a great catch at the wall to end the ball game. You see Giles is fired up, not only because he was kind of worried probably about that hit, but it's his 9th save of the year. His ERA continues to drop, and it is the 100th save for Mr. 100 Miles Giles. And the Blue Jays get a damn win. And guys, you know what? This season's going to be difficult. We all know that. We know it ain't going to be all beautiful roses and daisies and wild card spots and division championships this year. It's just not. So when the Jays do get a victory, enjoy it. Because the last 5 games have been miserable. So to watch this team come out today, get some early offense, which we have barely seen this year, and have a bullpen day, and get pretty damn good outings out of those guys, Like I said, Daniel Hudson, look, he shouldn't have had a run against him. Grichuk should have made that catch. But in that inning, he gives up a couple hits, obviously the 2 doubles, but gets out of that with only the 1 run given up. Thomas Pannone goes an inning and 2/3 of only 1 hit ball, gets a strikeout in the inning. Good job there. And Sam Gaviglio, other than the solo shot from Tim Anderson, he was dynamite. Went 2 2/3, gave up 1 hit, the solo shot. Walked a batter and struck out 3. He did a good job there. Tim Mesa came out. Yes, he walked a batter. He went 2/3 and struck out the 2 guys that he faced. Big strikeout there. I think it was in the, I want to say it was 7th inning, I think it was, or the 6th inning, I think it was from Tim Mesa. But this is 6th inning, I think it was, by Tim Mesa. And Ryan Tepera had some issues there. Gave up a couple hits, obviously, and the run in 2/3 of an inning. Joe Biagini came out, and obviously the RBI ground out. But other than that, he went an inning and a third, didn't give up a hit, didn't walk a batter, got a strikeout, and actually picked up the victory in the ballgame, did Big Joe. And he's now 2-1 on the year, and his ERA now drops to 3.18. Very, very good there. And Ken Giles, as we talked about, gets his 9th save of the year, 100th save of his career. No hits, no walks, a strikeout for Ken Giles. ERA drops to 1.56. Very, very good for Giles, and I'll continue to say it. He should be an all-star the way he's pitching right now. Would not surprise me if he is, and he damn well deserves it, all right? And wouldn't that be nice, Jays fans? Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this right now live on the podcast. On the channel. I'm so used to saying podcasts when I'm looking stuff up. But how's Roberto Osuna doing there in Houston? I have no idea. So he actually picked up the save there today, his 10th. How's he doing? Okay, an ERA of not even 1. So he's pitching pretty damn good over there. But Giles is doing just as good over here in Toronto. He's blown 1 save this year. He's done terrific as a Toronto Blue Jay. And the Jays won a ball game today. How about we enjoyed that? And you know what, guys? I'm going to talk about a couple things here before we wrap this thing up. Being able to watch Vladimir Guerrero Jr. live is different than on TV. Because you get to really realize what this guy's all about. Now, the one thing I noticed is that nothing that happens during a game goes to his head. He had a couple tough at-bats in the ball game today, but he gets right in the field and he's laughing with the guys in the dugout, while he's on the field, right? The coaches are chirping him or whatnot, and he's laughing in the dugout. He's having a good time. He's out there. He's not letting anything dwell on him, and I think that's something we really want to keep an eye on here. And you go to his last at-bat, and yes, he flew out to right field, and it wasn't really a great hit, but there were two hits that he had in that at-bat, both pulled foul, both really close to me. I mean, I think the first one, we actually crushed it. And it was kind of like right in front of me, kind of went, Nyum! Right in front. There was a bullet. And that right there, and even the ripped ground ball that he had as well. Those couple hits, and even his outs today were pretty loud outs as well. Like I said, in the first inning, that double play that he had, he ripped it at Moncada. But what I've noticed with Vladdy is just his timing's a little off. You see the potential. You see how he's not chasing pitches. He didn't strike out in the ball game today, and he made a lot of solid contact. They just weren't fair, and when he was getting fair contact, they just weren't great contact hits. You know what? Vladdy will be just fine. Well, is the average down right now, and is it not looking too pretty? Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was 0 for 4 in the ball game. His average now 146. His on base is only 222. It's not pretty. But the guy's 20 years old. And Jays fans, would you rather him come in red hot, hit 500, and then drop to 250? Or would you rather see him struggle off the beginning and kind of work his way up here and have a great end of the season? I would prefer the latter. And watching him play, he's going to get consistent reps. There's no way this team's going to give up on this guy that quick. Especially, I don't mean give up on him. Kind of like, send him down to get him going again kind of thing. They're not going to do that. This kid has some sort of talent. We have seen parts of it. You just want to see more of it, And for Vladimir Guerrero Jr., it will happen. It will come. It's just a matter of time. All right, Jays fans, let's just hold our horses and just take it day by day with Vladdy, all right? Because the team's not going to the World Series this year. So what the heck's the point of Vladdy hitting 350 right now? I want to see this kid develop. There's no need in in this guy tearing it up now and having us go nowhere and struggle eventually, right? I'd rather him struggle early on and eventually get the good stuff coming. Game 2 of this 3-game set against the Chicago White Sox goes tomorrow. It's a 3:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Ivan Nova, Marcus Stroman are the starters in that game tomorrow afternoon as the Blue Jays look to win the series, really. And for the Stro Show, you look to have a good game. I mean, the last couple outings for him and Aaron Sanchez, and I think Sanchez is going game 3, that he is at 1 o'clock on Mother's Day. You want to see Stroman throw a good outing. And his last 2 haven't been great. But now he's at home. It's a weekend game. It's a Saturday afternoon. I think you guys can attest to this. I want to see this guy do well, man. Look, I'm a huge Marcus Stroman fan. As much as I don't have his jersey right now, look, if he either A, gets locked up by the Blue Jays, I'm getting his jersey. Because he's a damn good pitcher. You just want to see it on a consistent basis. And the last 2 outings, like I said, have not been very good. You want to see him throw a good one there tomorrow afternoon against the White Sox. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed the ball game today, because I sure did. My girlfriend sure did. It was a lot of fun down there at Rogers Center. Hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on Vladdy Guerrero Jr., your thoughts on the whole bullpen game today. What were your thoughts on that? What were your first impressions on that? And also, I didn't mention it in the video, Rowdy Tellez's absolutely scorching double off the wall. Ripped. Just torched that ball. It was unbelievable to watch that. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this game, your thoughts on this team, and kind of Charlie Montoyo kind of switch up the lineup a little bit with Sogard leading off, Galvis down the lineup a little bit farther, Hernandez down the lineup a little bit, Vladdy batting second, and Smokey and Tellez going back-to-back there. I don't know. Charlie Montoyo, he's making moves. He's switching. If it's not, as Dr. Phil would say, is it working for you? And the Jays lost 5 straight and looked awful in all 5 games. So it wasn't working. So what did Charlie do? He switched it up. And the Jays got a victory. All right, so guys, I want to hear your thoughts on this game, your thoughts on Charlie Montoyo, everything towards this Blue Jays team. And Evan and I will talk to you guys podcast edition sometime this week. We're not too sure as of yet, guys. Link is in the description for the podcast channel, though, and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, guys. Do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition, Game 7 at Scotiabank Arena as the Raptors welcome in the 76ers for Game 7 on Sunday night. I think it's a 7 o'clock tip-off there at Scotiabank Arena. Win or go home for both teams. It's a Game 7, people. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but you got to take it game by game and day by day because it's not till Sunday. And as for the Blue Jays, guys, like we've been talking about, their next game is tomorrow. Game 2 of the 3-game set against the Chicago White Sox. Marcus Stroman, Ivan Nova are the starters in that game there. 3:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. By the way, holy smokes, the first time I've ever done this, I forgot. Mo Bucket's my buddy. I forgot. Just about forgot you there, bud. Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. Follow him up. Great content, quality stuff. He posted a highlight of Teoscar Hernandez's home run today. So if you did not see it, go check it out there on Blue Jays Wave, guys. Mo Buckets on Twitter. Sorry about that, buddy Alma. I just about lost you there, but I got it at the end. So you can't hold me to it. All right. So guys, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.